Day four, guys, we're going to start getting our exercises going. So today we're working on two major exercises, basic fundamental exercises, squats and plank. We're going to work on variations of them. Now I'm not looking for like high reps, not looking for burns, I'm looking for the technique. We're going to get that absolute body confidence because we believe in the structure of our body, we feel so strong in it. I'm not a massive fan of holding planks for long periods of time, but I do believe you do need to be able to hold your body down in all kinds of positions. So we're going to be moving around, showing you lots of different variations of planks. So you're going to need maybe one of these, a little mat to work on if you're on a hard surface. Let's get going. Okay team, so let's get going with our day four. So first of all, we're going to have a little shake out team. Remember, before we do anything, we've got to warm that body up. Although today isn't a massive workout, we're not trying to burn out hundreds and hundreds of squats, but we do need to make sure the body's shook up always. Little twist, little twist, little twist. One thing I pride myself on with all my training programs, guys, our warm-ups are awesome, awesome. This is why people don't get injured. Let's take your arms across their body. It's why people are training with me for years and years. They're not just training me to try and get fit for the summer and then they're aching every single day. Little twist, feeling rubbish, ankles round. They're training me, they're feeling awesome. This is what we're after, guys, absolute body confidence. Not just because you look nice in the mirror, the type of confidence where you trust your body to get moving, because we all know that exercise makes us feel great. Okay, so from here we're going to kick our butts nice and loose. Now we're looking at squats and plank. We're going to do variation one to the other. Now guys, the getting up and the getting down is all part of the workouts. It's all part of that trust of getting up and getting down. Okay, from here, big knees round, big knees round. So I'll be working on the technique of the squat. And then later on we'll be doing a lot more in depth, maybe a lot harder as well. But before we get to that stage, guys, let's focus on that technique of the squat. So first we're going to do here, guys, from here, we're going to put our feet down. I'm standing on the mat. The main reason I'm standing on the mat here is so you can see my feet are in line. Heels are in line, and I'm going to put my feet just past hip distance. Now the way we work that out, guys, I'm going to line my hips here and I just go toes, heels. That's it. Now I'm going to keep my heels on the floor. I'm going to roll my shoulders back, and as I go down, I'm trying to imagine I'm sticking my bum out of a window, right? So my bum goes back, and then notice my knees don't come forwards. If anything, what I want to do is I want to flare my knees nice and wide, okay? As I go down, flare my knees nice and wide, and then back up again. So I'm raising the arches on my feet as I drop down. What that's going to do, guys, is going to put the pressure on the outside of the foot, keeping the heel on the floor. Outside of the foot, keep the heel on the floor. Bum goes back, shoulders stay back, eyes stay forwards. Down, let's practice a few more. Down, bum goes back. Now guys, you might find you can't get to a 90-degree angle. That's fine. If you're getting here, that's okay. But it's not here, definitely not here, and we don't want to do this. I'm not picking a penny up off the floor. My eyes stay forward, my shoulders stay back. Sometimes it's easy if you bring your arms up, and we just make sure we don't lean forward with the hands. So as I go up, as I go down, sorry, my arms come up. Flaring those knees, remember out to side. Definitely never here with the knees. Let's do a few more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now guys, if you find it difficult to keep your heels on the floor, I'm going to leave you a little trick. If I get my mat and I fold it over, I can put my heels on the mat. What that'll do is, guys, it elevates my heels. It makes it easier to keep your heels on the floor. You might find if you've got super tight calves, you've not realized before, but when you go down, you can't keep your heels on the floor. So if I put my heels on something slightly elevated, only an inch or so, and I drop down, you might find it a little bit easier, and you might find it frees up the torso a little bit, frees up the back. So I'm going down and up. Now I'm going to show you this from the side, guys, now. Ready? So let's do a few more with me from the side. Notice quite often when people do sit-up, back raises, sorry, not back raises, squats, their back is going to come right out. Now I've got too much of an arc in my back here. This is going to be way too much. This isn't enough, right? I want to find that sweet spot so my back stays level. When you go down, you're going to find here, if I go too low, my butt, we call it butt wink, comes under. Do you notice that my butt tucks under? We don't want to go that far, right? It's nice to have that flexibility. When we do stretching, we will go that far, but we don't want to load that far. So I'm trying to get that sweet spot just before my butt winks under, and I don't want to stick it out. A lot of people think if your bum's sticking out, it looks good. You do the squat right, incorrect. Back straight, eyes forwards, down. Let's do 2 more of these. 1, and again, and 2. And you don't want to go into a gym, guys, and start loading weights doing squats if you can't do a normal squat. I see that quite often. So Next one, guys, ready? It's a windy day today. We're gonna go into our plank. So we're gonna lie on the floor. First thing we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna do a real standard, simple plank. We're gonna lie down on the floor, body strong. We're gonna put our elbows underneath where our chin is. Toes turned under, hip distance apart, and very simple, keep your knees on the floor and just raise up. Keep your body down. You're looking down between your hands. Now if you can, guys, pulse the knees off the floor and back down again. Hold strong with your forearms, eyes on the floor, not heads tilted, not heads up. Bring the knees off, bring them back down again. Knees off, bring them back down again. So we're just trusting that body to hold us. Your knees supporting you, up and back down, up. So we're just practicing that motion. Okay, next thing we do here, guys, we're going to come onto our hands. I'm holding, this is the plank, guys, I'm holding the plank and I'm going to practice again. Knees off the floor and back down again. Now this is what we really want to be careful of, not knees and bum. So notice I'm not, this part of my shoulder isn't stretching out. I'm not doing this. My shoulder's still. I just raise my knees off. So I'm isolating. The only movement that happens here, guys, knees off the floor. Now what we really want to practice to enhance this plank is I'm going to tuck my butt. Remember I spoke about those handlebars? Okay, here, I took my butt. So I'm here, I'm going to tuck my butt, bring in the tail. Imagine you have a tail and it's dropped down, you're going to pull it through. So what's this? Tuck it in. See that? This is too much up, we're tucking it under. Then when I lift up, that keeps the tuck and it's going to really get the core working. So get your abs in, stuck into it as well. So if I'm here, you can see my abs are being stretched. From here, I'm pulling them in. Lift up and back down again. Let's do two more. Lift up and back down again. Lift up and back down again and relax. So forearm or hand, you're going to choose. Okay, so back into the squats. Now we're going to go for another variation of the squats, guys. On our feet, we're going to take our legs wider this time. Okay, so to get this position, I'm going to go under the hips, toes, heel, toes. Okay, so now I'm flaring out. Now some people will prefer this because you've got more stability, you've got a longer and wider surface area on the floor. But I'm still going to think about those knees flaring out. Flare those knees out and back down again. By putting my feet in a slightly different position means I'm going to hit the angle of the legs slightly different as well. Now even if, let's say that you prefer this one, you're still going to do the other one too, guys. Shoulders back, knees out. Again, remember, if you have to elevate your heels by putting the mat underneath the heels, that's fine. But pushing those knees out. Be careful of dropping in. Push your knees out. Bum goes out. Control. Let's do four more. 4. And again. 3. Good. 2. One more. 1. Fantastic. Let's get those planks in. So back to that plank position. So we're going to go from forearm now, guys. From here, knees on the floor. Remember, in our position, we lift up. We're going to climb. Keep your knees on the floor. We're going to climb from our forearm plank into our hand plank. We're going to go down and we leave with the other hand this time. So we're going to go forearm plank, hand plank. And we're going to keep switching the hand we lean off so you're climbing through. Now there's no rush. I'm not trying to do a certain amount of reps. I'm practicing moving from one to the other. Remember I said to you, if you can't hold your body, you're never going to have that body confidence. We want to be able to hold that body strong and move it in that position. Let's do a couple more. Climb from forearms, so keep my knees on the floor. Now you might find, guys, you don't need your knees on the floor. That's up to you, but make sure it's not here. This is not a plank anymore, it looks more like a pyramid. Let's do 2 more then. Drop down, lift up. Drop down, lift up. Okay, back on our feet. Let's do 1 more squat. So you ready, guys? This one is going to be a step squat, because if you're standing one place, it's real simple. I want you to step, so we're going to feet together. You're going to step a foot out, then squat down, bring them together. Then we go the other way, step the foot out, squat down. So what you do with this one, the difference to this one, guys, not only am I abducting the leg first, I'm learning to stabilize my feet straight into squat. So if I'm already in a safe position, it's pretty easy. I want to build confidence by being able to step into my squats. Step into them. Now I'm still thinking, put the trigger in, flare those knees. Bum goes back, bring the arc of the foot up. You want to use the outside of the foot and the heels on the floor. Here we go, eyes forwards. If you're stepping out and you're bringing your heels elevated, you need the mat to go wider, that's fine. So you keep your heels up nice and high. Let's do a few more, stepping out and back. Stepping out and back and relax. Okay, so the next plank we're going to do, guys, the last one, is a side plank. Now this one's super tough, so we're going to start off on a nice easy level. I'm going to put my forearm on the floor, knees forwards, heels in line with my bum. Now all I'm going to do from here, guys, I'm holding my body up tall. From here I'm going to bring my hip off the floor, so my knees all the way to the feet are on the floor still, and a low back down again. Now side planks are so important because people have got weakness in their laterals, and that's where they get their injuries from, in their low backs. So we're going to make sure we're strong all the way around, wrapped around strength. Think about that, wrapped around strength. I'm going down, I'm keeping my knees to the shins on the floor, lifting up and down again. So I'm pulsing, I'm learning how to get into that position. Now I like to have this hand nice and high, so I'm reaching this hand up. Stretch it up and back down again. Hold for a second, pulse up. Now you might find you can hold there for more than a second, hold for more than a second. You can do this and down again. Simple level side plank to start with. What we're going to build into eventually, guys, is a full straight leg side plank, but we're going to get there gradually. Now I'm going to change to the side. I'm going to turn around so you can see a different angle on this. There we go. Raise the leg up, raise the hips up off the floor. Let's do 5 more. 3 to go. And relax. Okay, slowly, guys, onto our feet and shake that body loose. So planks and squat variations. Building up that structure in those legs, structure in your core. Everything else fires from that. You don't want to be going into running, weightlifting if you can't hold your own body weight. But guys, I know you can. I just need you to see for yourself. By practicing it, build up gradually. We're in no rush here. Day by day we build up. Start putting workouts together if you want to. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. You got yourself a bit of a workout going, but it's not challenging you to the point where you're trying to get major results. We're just trying to elevate that confidence. Let's get going. See you tomorrow.